I just finished reading this book, Circling the Drain by Amanda Davis. The title is ominous, which is probably what attracted me to it. Don't judge me. Apparently I got this book for $1.99 somewhere. I do not remember purchasing this book, but you know, I also don't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday, so. 15 short stories about women in various precarious situations we hear about all the time on social media. They make movies about it, like The Burning Bed, like those types of situations. And I am blown away by this author. I am blown away by this series of short stories because I am not a short story reader. I need to put on my makeup, y'all, because I'm going to the coffee shop with my man. No, I'm not gonna my man you to death. I just said it because it sounded funny. Last night I exfoliated my face, and this morning I put on the vitamin C. Oh my God, that's a lot. Okay. And now I'm gonna use this very bougie oil. Not this much though. This very bougie oil, water oil, to hydrate and moisturize all at the same time my face. I'm going to use this, and I just put vitamin C on, so I think this is perfect to just put on top of it. I'm not going to overdo it because I still have to put on my sunscreen and my makeup. A little eye serum, which I should have put on first. And I rub that all around. I don't know why we just put eye cream underneath, because isn't this part of your eye too? Eye cream. I was a little generous with the eye cream and rub it all around. And I know it looks like I'm rubbing my eyes, but I'm not. I'm actually being very gentle. All right, and now sunscreen. Almost done with this one. Gotta have a backup. Oh, you know, you get a lot in this little bottle. I think that Summer Fridays, unlike other brands, oh, look at me. Look at me lying. No, but I've had this for months. I think Summer Fridays, unlike other brands, actually, I think they fill their tubes up almost all the way to the top. So I've been using this one for a while. I mean, there's still a lot of product in here. This is not bad. Okay, but that sound is probably annoying. 2 fingers. I love this sunscreen because while it starts off with a cast, it finishes with a nice glow. I have to let this sit for a minute, so let's talk about it. 15 stories about women in various different situations. So if you're the type of reader who your women have to be very strong, you want those boss babes, you want women who like conquer the world, you want women who just walk away from relationships and they don't even look back, you really admire a woman who is just strong and who don't need a man. Like, if that's what you like to read, don't read this. This is not for you. But if you just like a good story, if you like to get inside people's lives and get inside people's heads, and, you know, if you like to suffer with them, if you like to like be a shoulder to cry on, if you are a woman who sometimes is that strong boss babe who we love to read in stories, but also who is actually human and is fallible and who has flaws and who like has done something a little strange sometimes, I think you'll relate to this book. I totally related to this book because I'm every woman. It's all in me. Okay. And I don't judge women who are not strong. I don't judge women who don't always make the right decisions, because as human beings, we don't always make the right decisions. I like to read stories about real people. I like to read stories about people who go through stuff, and whether they come out of it unscathed or not, that's not up to me. It's up to the author. It's up to the characters. I'm just a fly on the wall. I'm just an observer. And that's how I read books. And I say this all the time because people are very judgmental of characters in books. People are very judgmental of books. People are very judgmental of authors. And honestly, they're just telling you a story. Some stories are good stories and engaging and they keep your attention. Some stories are bad stories. They're just not great stories. Some people don't tell stories well, but the story is still the story. And that's what's in here, 15 short stories that I actually enjoyed. Just her way of crafting words. That is typically what I'm drawn to when I'm reading books. How are the words crafted? Set the scene for me. And she set 15 different scenes. Like, I don't know how she did it. By the way, I am not typically a short story reader, but I'm glad somewhere in the past, probably at some used bookstore, who knows when or where, I picked this up for $1.99. Now, I have to say that, of course, after reading this, I wanted to read more books by the author. So, of course, I went on Goodreads to see what other people thought of the book. And now I can prime. Max, Prep and Prime, Fix Plus. Whew, that felt really good. This is some good stuff. And it's very, very hydrating. Let me go ahead and just dry it down a little bit, though, before I put on the very minimal makeup that I'm going to put on today. Wherever I was when I bought this book in, wherever, it was written in 1999. I bought it for $1.99. I read that. I don't really like to read short stories, but now maybe I do like to read short stories because that was totally worth it. NARS Light Reflecting. NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. New Caledonia is the color. I'm gonna take 2 drops. So I went looking for other books by this author, y'all, and this is where it gets a little sad. She's no longer with us. Apparently in 2003, Amanda Davis passed away in a plane crash while promoting her first novel. Now, she had been writing lots of short stories and articles, she was published, but she had not written a novel yet. And she was a professor, apparently, and you can see this information on Goodreads because I actually, like, one of the first reviews that I read, because I went on Goodreads to just see what they were talking about her. One of the first reviews is a student of hers who took one of her classes, or took 2 of her classes, I think she said. And she reported that in March 14th of 2003, Amanda died in a plane crash. You want to know something that's really eerie? One of the stories in the last third of the book, the last few stories, is called Crash. It's about a plane crash, y'all. I'm feeling some type of way right now because, like I said, I just finished this. I finished it last night and I slept on it. And I woke up this morning and did the research. And this, because I have issues with lying, I just got makeup on my book. Okay, note, do not do your makeup and hold your books at the same time. But what was I gonna say? I'm 52, y'all. I be forgetting stuff all the time, so bear with me. I just, I did some research this morning because, like I said, I wanted to read. I was like, I slept on it. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I went to sleep too, after reading the last story, which was actually really good. And the last story, which is in this book, is called Faith or Tips for the Successful Young Lady. Faith or Tips for the Successful Young Lady. Okay, now it makes sense. Wow, y'all just saw me have a revelation. That is what seeing someone having a revelation looks like. Faith or Tips for the Successful Young Lady. She actually expanded this story, and this was her first novel. And for the life of me, I can't think of the name right now, but I'll pop it up here somewhere so you guys can know what it is too. This was her first novel. Anyway, she was promoting her novel and her plane crashed in the mountains of North Carolina. And I'm not the best flyer, and I have a flight here soon in a couple weeks. And I don't like that. I don't like that I read about a crash. I don't like that she died in a plane crash. I don't want to go on the trip anymore, y'all. Just being honest. I am not the best flyer in the world. Medication is involved. And I don't know what made me decide to get fancy a couple of days before Christmas. Like, it's just gearing up to be a tragedy, right? I don't know what made me decide to do that. What made me decide to be like, yeah, sure, I'll go, on this trip. And I don't fly alone, and I'm doing that too, at least there. I'll be with someone coming back, but I'm having a moment, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm having a moment. And I know that it'll be fine. I know that things will be fine no matter what. But right now I'm having a moment, and you guys get to witness that here. You get to witness me have a moment. Anyway, the book is amazing. I do plan on reading or buying the actual novel that is adapted from that last story. I'm so sad that Amanda's no longer with us because, wow, I love the way that she writes. Like, her short stories have almost inspired me to write. And I don't really consider myself a writer at all. Like, that's not something I've been told it's something that I've been told I should do. But like, I was writing this blog once, y'all, and I was writing the blog, and the whole time I was publishing the rough drafts instead of the edited blog. And you know how I found out? I was trying to get a job with this doctor, and she was kind of reading my blog as my resume. I did not realize that I was publishing the blog with the typos. Also, that was also at a time when my eyesight started to kind of deteriorate and I couldn't see very well, but I didn't realize I couldn't see very well. Or maybe I was in denial because I'm human and that's how human beings are. Don't judge me, or judge me if you have to. But the point that I'm making is I went back and read this blog because I hadn't heard from the lady. And I mean, I can put sentences together. Like, I can write, pretty deep. I graduated and I had so many typos and errors. And I was like, well, no wonder. Like, if this is my resume, it's horrible. And no wonder I never heard back. So I don't know that I consider myself a writer. It's a lot of reading. And I like to read for pleasure. But if you're going to write, you have to read and reread and edit and edit and edit. And it's a lot of work. I do that with YouTube videos already. So, not sure I want to sit and stare at like pages and pages and pages of my own typos. Anyway, I am both devastated and elated. I've said this now twice, elated that I was introduced to Miss Amanda Davis. And I do want to read other things that she's written, because she has written a couple other things, including her novel. And if you like a good story, I will never recommend a book to you. I don't really like to just in general recommend books because everybody's tastes are different. You may or may not like what I like. You may or may not read the way that I read, all this time. I could have had some good light. Oh, that's so much better. So I don't really recommend books as much as I just tell you how they make me feel. And I really enjoyed reading this one to the point where I just wanted to like devour it. It took me a while to read it though, because when you get a little bit older, you get a little bit slower. And I had a lot going on and a lot of emotions going on, during this time. So it took me a while to get through it. But if you can find Circling the Drain and you like short stories, you like a good story, some of the stories do read a little lifetimey. Not the language. The language is excellent. And the way she writes is excellent, but the stories themselves, they are a little lifetimey. But just think like a poetic lifetime story in the sense that, the story itself could be a Lifetime movie, but the writing is like above and beyond that. So if you like that, and just if you like reading about women and the stuff that we go through, and dealing with men, because that's a lot of what this talks about, I would highly recommend that you check this one out. I'm gonna finish off by adding a tad bit of concealer, just a little bit, and I just need to dab, 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 dab. This concealer is the Stay Naked Urban Decay concealer that I think you're just really supposed to use on spots in general. It's not just for under the eyes, but I just wanted to brighten my under eye just a tad because to me, the foundation kind of matches perfectly. And I just wanted to give myself a brighter under eye. I don't know if I'm wearing this outfit. This is from Negative Underwear. I know you can only see the top. This is from Negative Underwear, and it is very soft. It is a set, but I think that it came in 2 pieces because I feel like they don't really sell sets anymore. I'm taking the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. I'm gonna dust it on my face. I have fallen in love with this powder, which is funny because now I'm almost done with this little jar or whatever you call it. But it gives you just kind of a golden glow. It'll even give your shirt a golden glow if it gets on your shirt. This is a pimple right here, so you know, I'm not really gonna put too much makeup on this part of my face because if I do wear something that's light colored, I don't wanna get a bunch of makeup on my clothes. So that's why I didn't put the concealer or the foundation down here. But I do love this powder. I didn't love it and now I do. And so, yeah, it's nice. One Size Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. I'm not gonna use this though, because I'm just going to the coffee shop. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Charlotte Tilbury spray. I know you guys are probably like, but you didn't put anything on your face. I just do the bare minimum when I'm going to hang out in the coffee shop or run errands. I don't have time to like beat my face. But I also don't like to touch up my face either. So I make sure to set whatever makeup I put on. I'm sorry, Amanda, that I'm using it, but I know, see, y'all, you see, this is why people shouldn't video. This is why people shouldn't video their lives, because I just finished telling you, you know, the story about this book and how much I love the book and, you know, the tragic story of this woman's death. And now I'm fanning my setting spray with the book. I'm sorry, y'all. I did get this new palette, the Natasha Denona palette. I said in a previous video, but I may not have put that footage in the video. I said that I was gonna start buying small palettes. I'm no longer buying big palettes, except for that Patrick Ta one. I think I do wanna get that one because it's just all neutrals, but for the most part, I mean, so is this stuff. But for the most part, I just don't want to waste the money on palettes because they, I don't use them. You don't end up using all of the eyeshadow. But I just want to kind of brighten up just a little bit here. Yeah, that's pretty. But I saw this Natasha Denona like mini palette and I was like, well, this is perfect. Like, you know, however long this will last, it's just the perfect palette. And it's nice, you know, some nice colors, pretty, and the eyeshadows are very soft. So there's 5 colors. I have 5 fingers. Look at that. Didn't that work out? Look at God. Okay, I'm gonna put on a little mascara. And when I do that, that's lashes and brows. I don't typically use a separate brow product because I don't see the point. Hair is hair. And I kind of think brow products are maybe just a tiny scam. I don't want to be that person though, like, oh no, it's a scam. I don't want to be that person, so I won't say that it is. For people who have, you know, bushy eyebrows or a lot of eyebrows or who like to draw in their eyebrows. I'm sorry, y'all, my lips are ashy, but it's winter. For people who have those things, brow products are probably wonderful. But If you're like me and your brows are sparse and, you know, you really just want to darken them a little bit and make it look like you actually have something up there, but you're not going to draw them in, you know, you don't have to tank them because they're almost non-existent. I just use mascara. I can't, however, do it in the camera, so I'm going to do it. Well, maybe I can. Let me try. I do the lifting technique. I can't tell if that looks right or not, so I'm still gonna have to look in the mirror, but, you know, this, you know, I could surprise myself. But anyway, I do the lifting technique because it actually gives, well, I do have brows. It just actually hits all the hairs that I have. And then I go back and I usually take like my comb and I shape them. Yeah, so, and then I just take the comb and I shape the eyebrows, just kind of like I do my edges when I do my pixie mold. And again, I can't see what I'm doing because I don't have on my glasses and I'm looking into my camera or my phone. So hold on. Okay, I love doing my brows this way because for one, it helped me to discover that I actually did have eyebrows. I'm just gonna put some powder over them. And because I do it up. And when you do it up, like there's all these hairs up here that I didn't know were there. And so all this time I thought that I did not have eyebrows when I just had a bunch of hairs that I wasn't getting with brow products or by drawing them in, because when you draw in, you draw under here. I also think lifting the eyebrows up actually lifts everything up as well. They're a little strong today, a little stronger than I like, but we're gonna go with it because they are framing my face. Yes, they don't look too crazy, okay? All right, so I'm gonna probably change my clothes because these are more like in the house lounging clothes, this outfit. Let me show you. These are just the, look at that, y'all. I have good balance for an old chick. Yeah, this is negative underwear and it is incredibly soft. I would definitely purchase more of these. I might even purchase them in a larger size just to get like the top, especially just to get that baggy look. But yeah, I'm not wearing these because they're indoor clothes. So. In my reading room, guys, this is actually the room, one of the guest rooms that I'm going to set up as my reading room. And this is the daybed slash area where I will sit here and sip coffee and tea and read. And then I'm going to put Billy bookshelves on the walls. These are the bookshelves that have still not gone up. Yeah, so this is gonna be the reading room. I got a little mini fridge that I could put like cold drinks in. You know, it's totally a work in progress, you guys, but this is it. So I will definitely be documenting this. I don't normally film people in public because I don't really like that. But in this instance, I thought it was necessary. So this person sitting behind me, having this meeting and talking on the phone very loud behind me, is not with me. And yet I have to listen to his entire conversation. The thing that's getting me, you guys, though, there are all of these empty seats in this coffee shop, tons, because it's huge. Why did this dude sit directly behind me? And he knew he. I'm only sharing this here because one, it's content, and two, because this actually happens to me all the time. You can ask my daughter. It's not a fluke. It happens to me all the time. I could be the only person in the parking lot and someone will come and park right next to me. I could be the only person in the bathroom and someone will use the stall right next to the one I'm in. And it happens in the coffee shop all the time. If I'm in the coffee shop and someone wants to be loud, they're going to come sit right next to me, even though no other people are in the coffee shop and there's tons of seats. Why? Why do people do this? And like, who did I upset in a former life? Because honestly, I feel like it's karma for something. And for whatever it is, I am sorry. I'm truly sorry. I'm reading and taking notes for the next book that I guess I'm going to review. It's called How to Be an Artist by Jerry Saltz. And it's full of juicy tidbits for being a creative person. It's a really small book, kind of like a palate cleanser to a certain extent, just one you kind of read. It's no nonsense. You get the message that the author's trying to give, you get the little tidbits, and you keep it moving. It's funny though, for such a small book, it's filled with lots of really relevant quotes, at least relevant to my life. So this will be something that I will be reviewing on the other channel. I'll let you know when that video is posted. So, elephant in the room, I do realize that the last video I posted before this video was in April. It has been that long. Y'all, I have moved into a new house. I have had my grandson here for a while. I have had a whole lot going on, and I have not had a chance to nurture this channel. But my goal in 2024, one of my goals, is to post here more to grow this channel as well as my Curated by Bella channel. So I have the two. If you're interested in seeing the video that I took this video from, because this is a book snippet from that video, then head on over to Curated by Bella and you can see my entire video. I'm doing Vlogmas over there, or at least my version of it. But here on Moods and Musings, I will be talking about things that are happening in my life, random ideas that I have. I may post some behind the scenes footage of different projects that I have going on in my new house, because I do have those. And most of all, most importantly, I will have book content. That is the primary purpose for this channel, to talk about books, because I love books. But I might throw some movies in there. I might throw some TV series in there. I might throw some podcasts in there. You never know. It just depends on whatever my mood is. Get it? Moods and Musings. Okay. That was corny, but you get the point. Life is sometimes arbitrary, and for the most part, this channel probably will be too. Anyway, so if you like that, subscribe, or if you've already subscribed, hit the notification bell so you can see more of my content. I do plan on bringing more here in 2024. And on that note, I don't have anything else to say. That's it. That's the vlog. See you later. Bye.